as I already mentioned, you can never really get away with usernames. They are always going to be there because you need to remember WordPress have been made 2 decades ago when usernames were all the fad and no one was really using the real names on the websites. Okay, so in our case, username will be used to show the profile slot, for example, or when I go to any tab, you will see that my username is still showing up here. And my name is actually the name of this user is different from the username. And if you take a glance here in the WordPress dashboard with all the users, you will see that WordPress expects user object to have a username. Now I used the term user object, not profile. And if you want to know about what user object is, we have a great video that we created previously explaining the difference between user object and user profile. And I strongly recommend to go and see that video to understand the difference between the user object and the user profile in PeepSo. I will link it in the description below. When you first time install PeepSo, you will see your login forms like this. They will require username or email, or if you want to register a new user, it will ask for a specific username and then email. Okay, now we don't want to see the username, not in the login form or registration forms. So we only want to use emails, and we are going to generate usernames automatically. In order to do that, we need to go to the WordPress dashboard, then navigate to PeepSo configuration, and from this page, select Accounts and Security tab. From here, you can enable the option to generate usernames automatically. As its name says, it will generate usernames automatically. But you'll notice that Clean Up Third-Party Registration has enabled as well when I enable this. And Clean Up Third-Party Registration is the fail-safe option for third-party plugins that allow registration. For example, if you used WooCommerce or any other third-party that allow registration, sometimes they use email as a username. And because PeepSo use usernames to generate the profile URLs, that email can be exposed in the profile URL. To prevent this, PeepSo will step in the third-party registration and clean it up later on, but it will only apply to new users that are registered from the point when you enable this option. If you had users registered before, you can enable allow username changes, which will allow username or users to clean up their usernames. There is a lot of user and usernames in these sentences, so excuse me for stumbling upon my own words. But what I wanted to say, you can allow username changes and users will be able to change their username. Let's save these options and see our website now. As you can tell, on the login pages, nothing really changes. Username or email is still showing up. But if I go to register, now you will see that username is no longer there. And when I enter the email address, username will be generated by the first part of the email. For example, if I write, let's say, dragonborn@yahoo.com, only the Dragonborn will be taken, and that will be my username. If somebody else already uses this username, then PeepSo will add number 1 on top of it. If there are 2 people using this username, PeepSo will add the second available number 2, 3, and so on. Before I continue to register this user, I really need to come back to the WordPress administrator and change a few more settings. And I will explain why while I'm doing it. Let's log in as an admin. Come on, go to PeepSo configuration, back to accounts and security. And now scroll all the way down and enable force profile completion. Okay, save the settings. This means when user register or log in for the first time, it will be forced to change their name, last name, and all the required fields in the profile. I am also going to enable require email to log in to everyone. And now username will be completely gone from our login, and registration forms is already done by this. By enabling this option for require email to log in for everyone, we are getting rid of the usernames on the front end as well. For the sole purpose of this video and to speed the process of registration, I am going to skip email verification, where I won't require my users to verify their email. I don't recommend enabling this option on your live site, but I'm going to use it to speed up the registration. And because I'm using the local host to present this website, I cannot send emails, okay? So don't enable this if you're on a live site. You really want your users to verify their emails. Let's save the settings. And now we are going to see what is happening on the front end or registration. Let's just log out. And as you can see now, username is completely gone from our login forms. At this point, you cannot use usernames to log into the site anymore. Even if you try with admin user, it will say, please use a valid email address. So don't try to implement this change suddenly. Notify your users that change is going to happen, because you won't believe this, but many users don't know what emails they used to register on random websites. Okay, so try to notify them before implementing this change if you had a website that has been using usernames already. And if you're starting a new website, scratch all that I said, because new users will always use the email. Now let's check how our registration is going to work. Go to register and let's say dragonborn@yahoo.com, and my password is going to be 12345. 12345. Register, and because I didn't require user to verify the email, as I obviously don't use valid emails, I'm just going to back to my community, enter the email that I use, 12345, say remember me, and log in to my website just like that. And my browser is screaming that I'm using the weak password. Anyway, because we configured our website to force profile completion, and this user does not have all the required fields, he will always see this page before using the website. Even if it tries to go away from the user profile, they will always be redirected here until all the required profile fields are populated. So let's do just that. I'm gonna change the first name to Dragan, which is very popular name from where I am, this corner of the universe. Last name is going to be Born. Gender, whatever, male, female, male, and birth date is going to be something like this. It doesn't really matter anyway. Save the settings. Now all my fields, all required fields are completed, and he can go away from the profile now. But now the name is going to be the first name and the last name. Okay? It's not Dragonborn anymore. it's Dragonborn, but his username is still going to be the one we created during the registration. If user is not happy with that, they can go to the account, enter the current password for the profile, which is 12345, and then change the username to Dragonborn. Save the settings. Now he needs to log in again because username has been changed. So let's do that. And my password is 12345. Okay, sorry. 12345. Login. And just like that, they changed the username to Dragonborn. Okay? It's not Dragonborn anymore. They are still going to use the dragonborn@yahoo.com, the email they used during the registration, but the username is going to be different. And that is how you set up your website to use emails instead of usernames. As I mentioned previously throughout this video, you can never really get rid of the usernames, but we can reduce their usage to the minimum. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We are 20 subscribers short from the 1000 subscriber milestones, and it will really help us out if you subscribe and like and hit that bell notification to be notified whenever new video comes out. We publish new content every week and then share that content on social media. Links will be in the description below if you want to follow us there as well. Until the next video, I wish you all the best with your websites. Bye!